Most drivers think an oil change is the easiest job in car maintenance. Drain the oil, slap on a filter, pour new fluid, and you're done. Right? Wrong. Because here's the shocking truth. The way most people change their oil is actually destroying their engine, one mistake at a time. And it's not just DIYers. Quick lube shops, dealerships, even some mechanics make these mistakes daily. The result: sludge-filled engines, spun bearings, oil starvation, and premature death of cars that could have lasted 300,000 miles. Stay with me, because I'm going to reveal the 10 most common oil change mistakes. Ones that could cost you thousands. And the worst part? Most of them happen in your driveway without you even realizing it. Before we start, I want to hear from you. Have you ever had engine trouble soon after an oil change? Drop YES in the comments. Let's see how common this really is. Now, let's dive in. Mistake number 1. Using the wrong oil viscosity. Think thicker is safer, or thinner flows better. Both ideas can ruin your engine. Manufacturers spend millions testing specific viscosities for cold start lubrication, fuel economy, and wear resistance. If your manual says 5W30 and you pour in 10W40, you're asking for trouble. Thicker oil won't reach tight tolerances fast enough, especially on cold starts, where 80% of engine wear happens. Too thin, and you lose the protective film under high heat. Automotive engineers from Toyota, Ford, and GM stress this: always stick to the recommended grade. If you live in extreme climates, check the alternate specs in your manual. Anything else? You're gambling with your bearings. Mistake number 2. Overfilling the oil. Many drivers think, a little extra can't hurt, but too much oil causes foaming and aeration. When oil gets whipped with air by the crankshaft, it loses lubrication strength. Just like beating egg whites into foam. The result: metal-on-metal contact, oil starvation, and overheating. Overfilled engines also blow seals and gaskets because of excess pressure, leading to leaks and long-term damage. Always check the dipstick after filling. The sweet spot is between the MIN and MAX lines, not above. Mistake number 3. Forgetting the oil filter gasket. Here's a nightmare scenario. You remove the old oil filter, but the rubber gasket sticks to the engine block. You spin on the new filter without noticing, and now you've got 2 gaskets stacked. Result? Oil sprays everywhere when the engine starts, starving it within seconds. Countless engines have seized because of this tiny oversight. Pro tip: always check that the old gasket comes off with the filter. Wipe the mating surface clean before installing the new one. Mistake number 4. Using cheap or fake filters. Not all filters are created equal. Some bargain bin filters cut corners with weak bypass valves, thin filter media, and poor seals. Under high pressure, they collapse or bypass oil completely, meaning dirty oil circulates freely through your engine. Brands like MAN, Wix, and OEM filters are engineered for proper flow and filtration. Fake or generic filters: they're a ticking time bomb. A filter costs $5 to $15. An engine rebuild costs $3,000 plus. Which one do you want to risk? Mistake number 5. Ignoring torque specs on the drain plug. Many DIYers either over-tighten or under-tighten their drain plug. Too loose, and you'll drip oil until your engine runs dry. Too tight, and you'll strip the threads in the oil pan. A $400 to $800 repair. Every manufacturer lists the torque spec, usually between 20 to 30 foot-pounds. Use a torquey wrench, not just your wrist. Mechanics know this, but too many shops rush the job. Mistake number 6. Changing oil too late or too early. Oil change intervals are one of the most misunderstood topics. Some drivers stretch changes to 15,000 miles because synthetic is magic. Others waste money swapping it every 2,000 miles. Here's the truth. Follow your owner's manual, but adjust for your driving habits. Lots of short trips. Oil breaks down faster. Extreme heat or cold. Contamination builds up quicker. Towing or heavy loads. You need more frequent changes. Studies by Pennzoil and Castrol show that timing oil changes correctly can add years to an engine's life. Too late and sludge forms. Too early and you're throwing money away without benefit. Mistake number 7. Not priming the oil filter. This is controversial. Some mechanics skip it, but old school pros swear by it. When you install a dry oil filter, the first startup after a change means your engine runs a few seconds with no oil pressure. By pre-filling the filter with oil, especially on vertical filters, you reduce that dry start risk. Modern filters and fast pumps minimize it, but if you want maximum protection, priming helps. Those few seconds of metal-on-metal contact, that's where engines lose years of life. Mistake number 8. Forgetting to reset the oil life monitor. Sounds harmless, but failing to reset your dashboard's oil life reminder confuses both you and your car. The system uses algorithms based on driving conditions to track oil health. If it's not reset, you'll either change too late or way too early. Every car has a reset procedure, usually holding a button, navigating a menu, or cycling the ignition. Check your manual, don't ignore it. Mistake number 9. Skipping the crush washer. This tiny aluminum or copper ring under your drain plug is designed to deform and create a perfect seal. Reusing it can cause slow leaks you won't notice until the oil level is dangerously low. Honda, Subaru, and Toyota all specify replacing the washer every change. Most drivers and even shops ignore it, but a $1 part could save your engine. Mistake number 10. Not checking for leaks after the job. The final mistake is the deadliest, not double-checking your work. Countless engines have been destroyed because drivers changed the oil, closed the hood, and drove off without realizing oil was dripping out. After every change, start the engine, let it idle for a few minutes, and inspect underneath with a flashlight. Look at the drain plug, the filter, and around the pan. No leaks. You're good. See a drip? Fix it before it becomes catastrophic. Pro-level oil change. Tricks mechanics don't share. Now that you know the mistakes, let's flip the script. Because avoiding disaster is good. But if you want your engine to last 300,000, 400,000, even 500,000 miles, you need to go beyond the basics. These are the pro tricks that separate million-mile owners from average drivers. Trick number 1. Warm the engine before draining. Cold oil is thick and clings to surfaces. Warm oil flows faster, carrying away more contaminants and sludge. Always run the engine for 5 to 10 minutes before draining. But don't overheat it. You want it warm, not scorching. This simple trick ensures you're not leaving behind a cup of dirty oil hiding in the crankcase. Trick number 2. Use a high-quality oil filter, not just any filter. Remember earlier when we talked about cheap filters? Let's go deeper. OEM filters are good, but long-life synthetic filters like Mobil 1, Bosch Distance Plus, or Wix XP are engineered to hold more contaminants and withstand longer intervals. Industry tests show premium filters can trap particles as small as 20 microns, while bargain filters let them circulate. The difference? Cleaner oil, less wear, longer life. Trick number 3. Top off before the change. Here's one few people know. Topping off your oil a few days before your scheduled change helps flush out carbon deposits and sludge. Think of it like a mini rinse cycle. When you finally drain, more of the bad stuff comes out. Some mechanics even recommend running an engine flush additive every 50,000 miles to keep passages clean. Trick number 4. Inspect the oil plug magnet. Some drain plugs come with a built-in magnet. If yours doesn't, upgrade to one. It's a $10 part. Magnets capture microscopic metal shavings before they circulate through your engine. When you change oil, check that magnet. A few fine shavings, normal, big chunks. That's an early warning of internal wear, giving you a chance to fix issues before total failure. Trick number 5. Always use the right spec, not just the right grade. It's not just about 5W30 or 10W40. Modern cars require specific oil certifications. GM's Dexos 1 Gen 3, VW502/505, BMW LL01, APISP or ILSA CGF6. Using the wrong spec can void warranties and accelerate wear. These oils have unique additives for turbochargers, direct injection, and low-speed pre-ignition, LSPI. Mechanics know this, but they rarely explain it. Trick number 6. Replace the PCV valve regularly. This tiny $15 valve controls crankcase pressure. If it clogs, oil gets contaminated faster, seals blow out, and sludge builds up. Many high-mileage engines fail simply because nobody touched the PCV valve. Check your manual. Most should be replaced every 50,000 to 100,000 miles. Think of it as your engine's breather. Trick number 7. Don't trust just the dipstick. After an oil change, some people check the dipstick once and never again until the next service. But new oil takes time to circulate and settle. Here's the correct process. Run the engine 2 to 3 minutes. Shut it off. Wait 10 minutes. Then check the level. This gives you a true reading. Check again the next day before driving, just to be sure. Trick number 8. Inspect for oil leaks in hidden places. Oil leaks don't always drip on your driveway. They can seep into underbody shields, saturate gaskets, or collect around the timing cover. Every oil change is an opportunity to slide under with a flashlight. Catching a seep early can save you from a catastrophic loss later. Trick number 9. Track your oil consumption. Engines naturally burn some oil, especially after 100,000 miles. But the rate matters. Less than 1 quart per 5,000 miles. Normal. More than 1 quart every 1,000 miles. You've got a problem. Write down your oil level at every fill-up. This log helps you spot trends before they snowball into engine failure. Trick number 10. Use oil analysis for long-term engines. Want to know exactly what's happening inside your engine? Send a sample to a lab like Blackstone. For $30, you'll get a breakdown of wear metals, fuel dilution, and oil health. This is what fleets and aviation mechanics use to predict failures. If you're serious about hitting 500,000 miles, this is your secret weapon. There you have it, the 10 mistakes to avoid and the 10 pro tricks that keep engines alive for decades. Most drivers ignore these, most shops won't tell you, but now you know the truth. Here's my question to you. Which of these tricks will you start doing at your very next oil change? Drop your answer in the comments. I want to see how many smart drivers we have here.